independent digital black media. Find out more by going to blacktalkradionetwork.com or blacktalkmediaproject.org and look for the menu tab, Crowdfunding Black Media. Black Talk Media Project, helping to provide you with new black media for the new millennium. And opinions expressed by callers, guests, and hosts do not necessarily reflect those of the Black Talk Radio Network and Black Talk Media Project. Black Talk Radio is new black media for the new millennium.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to BIB Radio. We are on Radio Network. We are heading at the end of the year here. I don't know how my door just opened. The end of the year. Second. Okay, a lot going on. Heading up at the end of the year here. It is the 22nd of December, 2016. For those of you who celebrate Christmas and all of those things, they are, I personally am not celebrating anything at this time. I'm going to celebrate myself, but, that sounds kind of, I shouldn't say that, but I'm not celebrating any of those things right now. It's business as usual for us here in St. Louis. We are getting some things done before the end of the year, preparing some things for the beginning of the year. So we don't have time for those things. Now, it doesn't mean that we're not enjoying family. And as a matter of fact, my young daughter is here from Seattle, and I'm so excited that she's here. I just picked her up in the airport. So she's here, and she's, of course, doing what teenagers do, which is talk on their cell phones and FaceTime. I'm here doing my radio. Hopefully able to do some things with her concerning entrepreneurship in a real heavy way. I mean, she's very much so getting to experience St. Louis for the first time. I'm hoping that she'll be enlightened in such a way, especially getting to see Robert go to work and taking the trip to Chicago like we always do. This is going to be a very enlightening experience for her and the rest of the children, because we plan on making a trip here, I guess maybe Tuesday. But nevertheless, here I'm trying to set up this Facebook Live, so that you all can go live with us. But we'll see what happens here. So meanwhile, I want to tell you all, thank you for joining us today. We definitely appreciate it. Again, this is BIB Radio, which stands for Blacks in Business Radio. We are on Black Talk Radio Network. We're here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Pacific Standard Time, it's 5 p.m. We're here every day. Feel free to join us. Yep, and the show is podcasted around, so listen to it all the time, whenever you like. If you would like to join us, you can do www.uberconference.com/Black Talk Radio Network, or you could just call 1-866 510-9025. No PIN needed. And the alternate number is area code 704-802-5056. So we will remind you all throughout the broadcast that you can join us several ways. And to listen to programming offered by Radio Network. You also decided to create your own radio show or your own network. Support the Black Media Project. We also have our own social media through Black Talk Radio Network. Just go ahead and go to our website, blacktalkradionetwork.com, so that you know. Today, we have on our show two guests. Okay, I forgot to tell y'all, you need to hit star mute yourself if you dial those phone numbers. So let me give you that information all over again so it's not fragmented and in pieces. You need to 1-866-510-0 and no, okay? The other phone number is 746. All right. So back to what I was saying. Thank you, Scotty, for that information.
Hey, Sister Sisi, sorry to interrupt you, but your mic is going in and out. So that could be one or two things. That could be that's a sensitive mic and it's too close to your mouth, and when it hits a certain decibel, it goes out and then comes back. Or you could have a loose connection for your headset to the computer. Just wanted to make you aware of that. It's just a minor issue, but I wanted everybody to be able to hear you.
Oh, absolutely. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I probably needed to pull it away from my shirt, like you said.
Yeah, you're sounding good now.
Okay, perfect. All righty. So now that the housekeeping is out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about who we have on air today. I'm still trying to do this Facebook Live thing, and it's not going to work right now. So let's go ahead and I have Linda Kiedi. She created a wonderful product line for children of color. She created party supplies. I'm not going to give away the whole story. I'll let her do that. She created party supplies for children of color because, as you know, when you go into the stores, see characters that look like our children. I think right now we have like Doc McStuffins, and you might have Dora. Whole line of party products that you would be delighted to have at your birthday. Excited to talk to her in minutes or so. And then the second hour, we'll be talking to Daryl Mooney. He's the other half of the Mooney twins, Daryl, representing MVET and their products and services. I don't really have a clear word on what all those products and services are at this point. Talking with him probably a year and a half ago, but of course by now they've enhanced their services. I know they had some credit cleanup going on and investing services, but he'll be able to come on and talk to us about what those things. Okay, this is our guest right now. And let me tell her, old message. Now. Yeah. But yeah, so we'll talk to him and find out exactly what it is his company or the company he's working with is offering as pertaining to entrepreneurs. So
Sister Sisi, do you know if they do you know if Daryl, the Mooney brothers, right? Do they have a website? Because I tried to find it so I could link to it in the program description. I could not find it. I did find something, the Mooney Twins Network, so I linked to that instead. So once he comes on, he probably can tell us where they can find that stuff.
Right. Because the thing is, he was supposed to send me the link today, and I'm not sure. He may have lost in email La La Land. I don't know. I looked for it twice, and I couldn't find it. So, I mean, I'm definitely not going to hold that against them because, it could be something with my system because, I don't know. But yeah, so he'll be able to give us more information when he calls in. He's a very, very good businessman. So I can't wait to talk to him. Of course, it's always nice when you have both of the brothers on, but tonight we have Daryl, and that's good. So he'll be able to explain what it is that they do for us. So let me give a call. Let me see. Can you call the guest? You can call the guest from here, can't you, Scotty? Let me see.
Yes, ma'am. If you just shoot me her phone number, I will get her on.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know when I do it from my phone, I know how to do it, but from the computer is different. Okay. Let's see here. Let me go back.
Yeah, I can have the conference system call her.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I would have done that from my phone. Try. I think she's going to use her. I think she's going to use her home phone. Try area code 443-739-5609. But before you do that, oh, you already did that. But Robert is texting me. He needs the phone number, and I'm trying. I know you need the phone number, but it won't send to you through the text. I don't know why. Sorry.
Do you know where Miss Kiedi is joining us from? We do have somebody on the line. It may be her. If that is you, Miss Kiedi, just hit star. If that's you, I did call that other number, Sister Sisi, to have it. Oh, 443?
Linda?
Yes.
That's her. Hey, how are you?
Hello, Sisi. I'm fine, thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I so appreciate the work that you're doing for uplifting our community.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on your show. I'm glad to be here tonight.
Absolutely. So why don't I didn't let the cat out the bag. I wanted you to be able to tell your own story because it's so important that our listeners hear it from you. So why don't you tell us first of all, who are you? I think you're a mother. So let's start there. Who are you?
Right. I am a young mother of 3 children, soon to be 4. I have young children from 5 to 2 years old, and also soon an infant as well. I am a wife. I work as an accountant, and I am originally from the Congo in Africa. So that's in a nutshell who I am.
Okay. Well, that is very important that you're a mother because that is what sparked you into our conversation tonight. Now, you had a situation where you couldn't find party supplies, I think, for your daughter. How did that go?
Right. Yeah, my daughter, I felt like there was a need for her to identify with characters growing up that looked like her, and but I couldn't find really a diversity of party supplies. Her birthday was coming up, and there was not much on the market. So I searched many nights after work, and then all of a sudden I received the idea of why don't you make your own? And so I decided to go for it. I did some research, lots of research, and I created a company, and I'm making party supplies for that I give towards children of color.
Okay. So why don't you give us an example of one of the characters?
Right. So we created our own characters. We wanted to be completely different from what's out there. And so one of the characters, if I can say, actually, some of the characters are, because the idea was inspired from by my children, basically. So some of the characters, there's a resemblance a little bit to my children. So I can start with Limba. She's one of the characters. So currently we have 4 characters from different corners of the world. And Limba is a young girl who comes from Congo, and even the name is my daughter's African name, actually. So that's one of the characters we have there. And if I can elaborate, we have Andre, that's the name of my first son, who is from Baltimore, African American young boy. We have Luciana, who's from Peru, and we have Mateo, who's from Brazil. So we wanted to show diversity of countries, and we wanted to have people from different parts of the world as well.
Wow, I think that that's an amazing product line that you've created. Do you plan on expanding these characters into like more countries and cultural backgrounds?
Absolutely. I'm starting with those because I felt like, these were the most needed ones to begin with. Eventually, these characters, the name of the company is Kiesse, and these characters, they live in a city, in a town called Kiesseville. So we started with these characters, but eventually as we grow, we like to add other characters from other horizons, some Asian characters, people from the Middle East, people from Europe who speak different languages. So we want to, at the end of the day, we want children to learn about diversity. People look differently, and there's nothing wrong with not looking like somebody else. We want the children to be comfortable in their own skin, accept who they are, and be okay with the way other children look and how they speak, other languages, other cultures they have. So that's the big plan.
Wow, you know what? You touched on so many things that are important because one, we know that there's such thing that there's a term now, bullying. There's a lot of bullying that goes on. So with people being different, sometimes they're bullied because they're different. And then we know that there's low self-esteem that goes on with bullying, all kinds of different things. And then we know, go ahead.
I'm sorry. And if I may add, these are some of the characters that I would like to add, but not only that, also characters that are maybe handicapped. You never see them anywhere. That are in wheelchairs. You never see them. And these children count as well, So I'm even thinking of adding some of these characters in there too, because you never see that
You don't. You never see. I can think of like what is it, X-Men? I think the one guy, he's in the wheelchair, but that's not children, that's a grown man. So that is wonderful that you bring that to light. Now, also, I was thinking the bullying, and then you and I were talking earlier how the colonization has like spread across the world. But I think about the girls, even the boys, even the men and women bleaching their skin. They're bleaching their skin because they want to be white. And it's like, wait a minute. Now, maybe if we would have taught you early that it was okay and it was absolutely fantastic that you have black skin, then you wouldn't be trying to bleach your skin today.
Exactly.
Yes.
Even from where I come from, you think it's only women. Actually, in my country, it's usually women, all over, if I can say Africa, but in my country, men do it as much. But I guess our president even does it.
President.
Oh my gosh, not to be political, but
no, it's just facts. Yeah. Oh my God! You know what? That's crazy.
The power of melanin. That this rich black gold that we have, the darker the better. If we understand that. But we colonization, as we talked earlier, everything has been denigrated, and there's this type of self-hate in a lot of melanated people.
Absolutely, and that's why your products are so important, because if from early childhood I'm able to have a birthday party and I have some characters that look like me and I can identify with them, then that automatically helps with my self-esteem and I feel important. And it's the parent's job. Now, we think it's a school's job, but it is the parent's job. The first learning starts at home. So if you are uplifting your child and equipping them for this world, then they will know that they don't need to bleach their skin. No, actually, those people want to be like me. So I need to be like myself. That's all that matters. And what I like to say is, this world is so crazy. They want to be like us, we want to be like them. So what in the world do we end up looking like? It's just so ridiculous. I actually want to invite my co-host on the show and invite what do you call it? Um, introduce you, Linda, to Robert. Robert, are you there? I can't hear you. Uh-oh, are you muted? Hold on, let's see here. Hold on, let's see here. Are you there? Oh, wait, that's not Robert. Where'd you go, Robert? You're up here. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, are you there, Robert? Nope. Hold on. What about now? Unmute caller. Okay, now I've unmuted you. No, I can't hear you for some reason. I hear you in the other room because I know you're there, but I don't hear you on the conference call. Let's see. I think his phone is doing something strange. It's okay. He's going to fix that problem. Nevertheless, when he fixes the problem, he'll come in. But anyway, so yes, Linda, I think that we all know that the first learning starts at home, and you're doing a wonderful job by helping our children to identify with themselves with the party supplies. Now, we got to ask you some questions about your entrepreneurial walk. Like, how did you even get this started? Because if somebody wants to develop, let's say if I wanted to develop a line of party supplies that look like different schools of fish, I don't even know where to start. So how did you do your research on figuring this whole thing out?
Like anybody else, I was a regular person, and I still am, employee, taking care of my family and all. So when I had the idea, I thought, where do I begin? What concept am I going to have? Am I going to copy whatever is out there? No, I don't want to do that. I want to be different. I want to be creative. I want to think outside of the box. But in party supplies, who can make that? How do you find a manufacturer? How much is it going to cost me? Who's going to, I can have the idea in my head, but I'm not an artist. Who's going to draw all these characters? So so many things came, came into my mind and into plan. I had to write it out. It was not easy. I have to say, it was not easy. It took a year of working before I could get my product. Okay, there was lots of research to do, many sleepless nights. Absolutely, many sleepless nights. I would sometimes, go to work, take care of my children, put them to bed, get on my computer from 10 to 4 in the mornings. Sometimes 6 in the morning, I would just close my computer down, get ready, wake up my children, and just go on to work. So it was not easy. But you have to, if you have the passion, if you think you have the idea, you have to do some market research. You can start with your friends, your family, do some surveys. There are surveys out there that you can online. You can, pay for different services. Find out if there's a need for it. It's a lot of work. Look at the financing aspect of it. Create yourself a business plan. Find out if you have enough funds, how much you think it's gonna cost you. Get in touch with all these manufacturers and get different bids. I was looking, in my case, I wanted to do it here in the U.S. To get it manufactured here. But I knocked at every doors. I went to different meetings, met different people, manufacturers and distributors, but it was a gigantic task. But I ended up, the best option for me was to do it overseas. And I was able to find a manufacturer who did it for me. We had a manufacturing contract because it was overseas. I don't want to give them the money and not receive any merchandise. It's a lot of work. And I'm doing children's products. I thought there has to be some type of quality control or something. How do I know I'm doing the right thing? I don't want to spend the money making all these things. And then, it comes to the port and it gets rejected because something is missing. How do you know what I'm supposed to? So it was a lot of work, a lot of research. But,
wow.
But, it took lots of hours and lots of conversations, lots of searching, lots of digging, talking to specific people, and to get there. So I would say if I could do it, I have no experience. If I could do it, anybody else can do it.
Right.
And also,
Well,
having
I
a good
agree.
credit,
Mm-hmm.
and then looking for a bank who could finance some of it, and putting some of our own savings, my husband and I, and
Mm-hmm.
taking my about 401k. I mean, we put everything in there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
So that's how we went about it.
Well, you know what, Linda? I have an idea. Of course, we talk offline, but I really think that if you could write an ebook, that would be another stream of income for you for this process,
Mm-hmm.
because you have spent painstaking hours and time, time and money figuring this thing out, and now you actually have your product and it's come to fruition. But there are a lot of people who have absolutely no idea where to start. Like if I see a cup with a boy from Peru, I'm like, well, my goodness, how did she even get the artwork for this? I have no idea how you started this. So that's the newest thing, like writing this ebook. I think that you
What?
should write an ebook and you
Okay.
should sell it online for $2.99, and people will buy it from you and they will know how to get started on their products and services. You could give them lots of reference points. And I'm telling you, you could do this thing and you could totally make more money off of this product than what you even know.
Thank you. I never thought about it. Thanks for the idea. Let me consider
Oh,
it.
I'm telling you, because I'm still thinking, I'm like, wow, she did all this work and she has these 3 children and she's pregnant now. So if she could do this, my goodness, people have no excuse to actually, get their program going. I think, okay, now, Robert, do we have you on the line? No, I still can't hear you. Can you try your cell phone? He's in the other room. He said, yeah, I guess. So he's going to try his cell phone and see if he can come in, because, Robert is a wonderful entrepreneur, and he, I'm sure, has several questions for you and wants to congratulate you on the work that you're doing for children. You and I had talked earlier, and I did put in a call to Liberated Minds, which is my friend Queen Thais. She has the largest Black homeschool organization in the United States, and so she is going to connect with us so that you can talk with her about more concepts and ideas. I think he just hung up again. Oh, Robert is having some difficulty tonight. But yes, and then that's what I do. I'm the infopreneur, so I like to make those connections for people, their products, their services, so that our community can get what they need. I mean, what you're doing is a foundational thing that our children need, just boosting their self-esteem by them seeing the party products and the characters that look like them. I mean, that is so wonderful. What is your plan in the future? Do you plan on making like a cartoon series on the DVD or what?
Absolutely. It's fun. The easiest way to start was to do the party supplies, because there are books already out there, but that this is like one of the kind.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So that was one way I wanted to penetrate the market and put myself out there. From there, I would like to add other party supplies. Right now, what we're doing is more geared towards birthdays. I would like to do use these characters and have them, in the graduation outfit. I like to have graduation themes, party supplies for the graduations. Also, I would like for these characters to grow, also become teenagers, and and have other things associated with that. I would like to do also, before getting to the movies and the cartoons. That's the long-term goal. That's where I want to be, absolutely. I would like to make, before getting there, that's a lot of money. So before getting there, I'd like to do storybooks about the characters and how they interact together, do coloring books, ABCs, 1, 2, 3 books for children, younger children who are learning to write and read. And then eventually, absolutely, I would love to have a series of cartoons with different stories, different events happening and how these characters interact together.
Well, what if the characters had a tutorial on an app where they taught their native language to the children?
Sisi, you're giving me ideas. That's fantastic.
Yes, I'm so excited.
About something similar. Yeah, that's fantastic.
I mean, the possibilities are endless. Yes, yes. The possibilities are endless for this product because, I just think that as the word gets out, like on this wonderful network, Black Talk Radio Network, and other networks that we're connecting to, you'll have people that want to pour into you and help you. So I'm wondering, have you connected with a crowdfunding or crowdsource to keep the business going?
No, I was told about that, but given my health, it's a little difficult, and my young children and my work, and preparing for my baby coming, I didn't get a chance to dig deeper into that. And I didn't really know where to go. I was told about GoFundMe. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, but you have me. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
No, we'll talk about that later. Now that I know that you don't have that going, we'll talk about it. But I think that it would be a great idea. And see, this is what we do on this program. We solve problems. We empower. So I think that if we develop some crowdfunding, then you'll have a source of money there to do the big projects that need a significant amount of money. And there are several crowdfunding sources out there, and Scotty actually can help us with that. I think there's one. What is that grassroots one? Oh gosh, I keep forgetting it. Scotty, you can tell us what it is. The grassroots one.
You're talking about culturalgrassroots.com, but right now it is. I had to reach out to Mr. Adams because at the stage that they were in, they were just trying to accumulate 50,000 emails of people who would be potential investors in a black business through that portal. So I don't think that the portal has opened for projects to be funded. But there are other platforms out there. You can't wait for somebody else, to get their stuff together before you jump in. But I would like to just quickly mention, the Obama administration this year passed new rules through the Security and Exchange Commission to where now, instead of people just donating money to a crowdfund campaign, they can become investors.
That's right. We did talk about that.
Right. Mm-hmm. So that's something that I think that we should be looking at because of the challenges that black people in this country have sometimes when it comes to accessing capital. That's a way for us to fund, the best and the brightest ideals in our community.
Right. And this concept has already gone forth. So that's wonderful, Linda. We definitely should put something together so that it can be an investment for your community. People would love to invest in you, especially the area that you're in Maryland. I mean, we could really get this word out in Prince George's County and, Atlanta. People would love to invest in you. And then if we could get you at the Liberated Minds Conference, I think it's every July. You could set up a booth there and invite people to invest and tell them about, the product. It's already, we could have our own thing like Shark Tank, but it's not so sharky. It's people that just want to, we forgot about the commercial break. Let's see. We need to take a commercial break. You're listening to BIB Radio on Black Talk Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Make Black Talk Radio your choice for digital black radio. New black media for the new millennium.
Okay, everyone, we are back. This is BIB Radio, and we are talking to Miss Linda, and she has a wonderful product line, and it's party supplies, actually, that connects with our children and their cultural backgrounds. Tell us, Linda, again, what is the name of this line of products?
The name of the company is Kiesse, Kiesse. We have a website where they can see our product and meet our characters and see what we have to offer. And the website is www.kiesse, as in Sam, kids.com. That's kissekids.com. Again, because kiesse, kids.com.
Right. Now, if someone wanted to order them, I'm sure the website allows for that, correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's already, we accept payment through PayPal or through Visa, MasterCard, whichever card. Yeah,
okay.
Everything's there, and the shipping will be taken care of. Everything's, like any other website.
That is wonderful. Now, I think I have Robert on the line. Robert, are you there?
If you can hear me.
I can hear you. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so Robert 11X Minor, my co-host, is on. I'm so happy to introduce you to Miss Linda here. Now, you were able to hear part of the program, or most of the program, I'm sure. So I know you have some questions for her as an entrepreneur.
Well, the first thing that came to my mind when I heard about this product, and I heard, the idea, Sisi, that you suggested I think would be excellent for the product. But the first thing that came to my mind was ASD Trade Show. They have an ASD, which is a general merchandise trade show, sister, that you need to definitely look into. And if you go online and you Google ASD General Merchandise Trade Show in Las Vegas, and you can register, or you can call them and find out how much it would cost for you to rent a booth at that trade show, and at least get your product out to retailers like myself and all the other stores, the Macy's or whoever else, the Toys R Us. Those are the type of shoppers that come to that trade show. And your product, I haven't seen it personally, but it sounds amazing. And if it sounds good and it is good, then people like myself are going to want to sell it because it will make me some money. And by making me some money, we'll keep ordering it from you, and that pays you. So you want to get exposed to merchandisers like myself and others like me, and see what your product does. And like I say, you can Google that information, ASD, Apple, Sam, Dog, General Merchandise Trade Show in Las Vegas. And then just give them a call and find out when the next show is coming up, and it should be sometime in March, if I'm not mistaken, or late February. And I guarantee you that's just one. Now, I'm going to suggest you do this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is what type of product is this? Because I heard, but I want to be clear. What type of product is this? Because I heard the party stuff.
Yes.
But what is your product specifically?
Specifically, party stuff is everything you use when you have like a birthday party for a child. So we have lunch plates, dessert plates, we have cups, we have cutleries, we have party hats, everything you need for your party, napkins, and the like.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Then that was fit right in that trade show, because that's considered general merchandise, and they do have vendors that do sell that type of stuff. But your idea, has a unique spin on it. So definitely that would be an ideal trade show to look into.
Right. And so I'm sorry, let me cut in really quick. So we had a trade show conversation, but just to reiterate, Linda, when I was talking to you about the trade show, you were telling me that you were trying to get more into like Party City. And what I was explaining to you was, okay, so you want to actually get to the trade show people, because those are the people that Party City buys from. So the higher up you can go and get it to that distributor, the more success you will have, because the distributor is the one that all these people get it from.
Right. You are now a manufacturer of a product. That's what you are. The trade shows are set up mainly for manufacturers of products to be able to show their merchandise to retailers like myself. And that's what you want that product to go into as many stores as possible to reach the public. That's not you. I don't think you want to be in the retail aspect of it yourself, because that's not going to be the broader market for you and this product. Now, I haven't seen the product or how unique it is or anything like that, but what it sounds like to me is definitely you want to get a really good start and call them and find out what it costs to rent a booth at the ASD show, and then go from there. Because if that product is good, the retailers are going to buy it.
Right. So, Robert, why don't you do this for her? Because I like to paint the greatest picture ever for somebody like in a new arena. So, Robert has several booths in the flea market. Therefore, he sells things retail. But on the other side, he buys things wholesale, right? So when he needs to buy things wholesale, he goes to the supplier, right? So
right. The manufacturer.
The manufacturer. So you're on the other end. You are the actual manufacturer. So you have the greatest gain from this whole thing. You're like at the top of the food chain here. So you want to get your product to the best place possible to make the most amount of money. So that is why a trade show is going to be great for you.
Okay.
Now, it's not necessarily that you have to go alone. I mean, I would take a team of people to represent my product, and that wouldn't be a problem for you either. And all that, we can figure that out, because that's what we do here on the show. Organically figure it out together so that you can get the maximum out of your business and being an entrepreneur.
All right.
What city are you in?
I am in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Okay, in Maryland.
Outside of DC.
Okay. Got you. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was a little closer to us, and I would tell you to try Chicago as well. But Las Vegas would be the greatest start, because everybody that I deal with in Chicago, I met in the Las Vegas trade show. So a lot of manufacturers, a lot of retailers that I'm doing business with right now, I wouldn't have known they exist had I not been to that trade show in Las Vegas. You see?
And trust me, when Robert meets people, he asks, were you at the trade show? That holds clout with him. If the people are not at the trade show, then they're on something else. But yeah, that's the first question he asks when we go to a new store. Were you at the trade show?
I'm gonna tell you another reason why I asked that question is because at the trade show they have special pricing for attendees at the trade show. People that go to the trade show, well, when you get the manufacturers, they usually have a trade show price, and I might, if they say they're at the trade show, have been at the trade show, then I can ask them, or I'll say, well, I forgot what this price was at the trade show, and then they'll tell you what the trade show price is, and that price is substantially different from the regular wholesale price. You see, to give you an example, the trade show price on a 4.7 ounce bar of Dove soap was 60 cents. That's at the trade show. Now that same wholesaler, the wholesaler does not deal with the public. They only deal with businesses. So that same wholesaler, when I went up to Chicago to buy the Dove soap, his people, when the owner wasn't there, they tried to charge me 80 cents because that's what they charge per bar. So the trade show knocked off a whole nother 20 cents in percentages. That's quite a bit money, quite a bit of savings right there in the percentage range. But let's just say, so now imagine that if you didn't get that 20 cent times 1,000 bars, that's a world of a difference when you look at it like that on a larger scale. So that's why I always ask. That's another reason why I always ask people, were you at the trade show? Because I know that most of those vendors usually offer a cheaper price on quite a few of their goods. So rather than when you walk into their wholesale business off the street as a retailer, then they're going to give you the everyday price. So that's one of the benefits of knowing about trade shows, because they know that most of their customer base, wholesale customer base, don't attend trade shows. Only a very few of them that go into these wholesalers, buy from local wholesalers, attend trade shows. And so your product sounds like it's an excellent product. And another thing I'm gonna suggest that you do is Google Party Supply Trade Show. Party Supply Trade Show. Or you can flip it and say trade shows for party supply items or whatever. And see what you come up with. And if it gives you several different trade shows, then that's where you want to try to go into and investigate. Go to the website, look at the website. Most of them have videos from the actual trade show itself, so you can see exactly what's going in. And again, as I say, these are not shows designed for the general public. The general public is not invited to these shows. Only buyers for large companies and private store owners, that kind of audience is what you're going to see. So everybody in that event is either going to be someone who is displaying their merchandise or someone who is trying to buy it in large quantities, which would be myself. So you definitely want to check that out.
Definitely, I will.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a really, really nice item. I hope I get a chance to see that real soon.
Yes. You can see online for now.
So let me ask you just a couple questions. Like,
we're actually gonna sell the product, so you'll see it up close and personal real soon when she sends a sample.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
Well, I registered the company in September 2015, and but I launched in mid-October of this year, 2016.
Oh wow! Okay,
Yes.
So you've done a lot of work in a very short period of time, then.
To me, it was long. Over a year, it was long, but I wish I could have started earlier. But but it was necessary. All that work was necessary to get where we are today. So, but we've been going. We went live about 2 months ago.
Okay. Right. Well, this is your very first. Is this your first business venture, or?
Very first one. In college, I was doing hair, but this is the very first real business. Yes.
Now, Linda, you are planning to cycle out of the workplace completely. Now, do you plan on doing that with just this product line, or do you have some other things that you're thinking about?
Right now, this is the only thing. I want to get it going. It's been 2 months. Sometimes if I can say, I'm a little taken back because what I had expected didn't really come to pass. You think you have a website and I had a launch party and sent out flyers, did everything I was supposed to. But it doesn't turn out that way. You think people are going to flock to your website. So there's a lot of work I have to do, marketing-wise, for people to know about us because they don't, reaching out to schools. So this is a big project for me. And so that's going to be the only project I've been working on when I when I leave my current employment. Yes, that's the only thing I've been working on. Really push out for this company to be known. We have a region where we have the customers in this Maryland, DC, Virginia region, and we want to be out there. So I'm working at different tactics, online, and how to make ourselves relevant and known. So I'm really going to push for that.
Okay. Well, we want to help you push for that also because, again, this is just something that is very much so needed in our community. And I'm just so excited for what the prospects are for your company. And I believe that you could become, a stay-at-home mom completely, as long as your product get where it needs to go as far as distribution. I think you can sit back, relax, and just collect some checks. Seriously.
Well, I would love to.
Yeah, well, we're going to see if we can help you get there because, you've done all the heavy lifting. Now it's just time to just market it to the right distributors so that you can get what you need. Yeah, so why don't you tell the people one more time how they can get a hold of you or just go to the website so that they can get the information they need to order the party supplies because this program is podcasted all around and people listen to it. It can be shared. We'll send it to you too. You can share it all around and people want to say what program you've been on. We're actually going to build a profile and, they can go to this link and listen to you on this show. So we want to make sure that they have the proper information. So let them know one more time.
Absolutely. So they can go to the website. All the information is there. They can see the beautiful products that we have to offer. You can go on there with their children. I'm sure they'll be amazed. So the website the name of the company is Kiesse, but the website is kiessekids.com, and that's KIESSE as in Sam, KID as in David, S as in Sam.com, kiessekids.com. They can find how to contact us. The best way is by email. We also have a toll-free number they can call, or they can send us an email that comes directly to me. It's info@kiessekids.com. So we have a little video in there for them. They can sign up for our mailing list to learn more about us and any specials that we run and everything. And they're welcome to visit our site.
All right. Well, Linda, we so appreciate you for joining us tonight. Call back if you need anything from us. Of course, you and I are connected, but I look forward to working with you even further. But we're going to let you get back to regular life and those children and all that you have to do. Most importantly, rest because you are about to have a baby. So we're going to let you go and we'll talk to you a little bit later, okay?
All right. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I hope I've been the source of encouragement for your listeners. And thank you for all the advices you guys have given me. I took notes, so I'm going to be working on that tonight.
All right. Well, join us again anytime, okay?
All right. Certainly. Good night.
Thank you so much. Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, everyone, we're going to go into our commercial break here soon, but let's see here. Well, we'll wait for Scotty to give us music and stuff, and then we'll go into a commercial break. But
we still have about 7 minutes, but that question that I posted in the chat room, could you read that?
Okay.
Because the listeners may not, be clear on that. Because I assumed that was the case. I've never been to a trade show. Well, I take that back. Well, no, that's not a trade show where they have like you ever see those commercials where they'll be like, come down to this show and buy cheap electronics and I've been to one of those, but I've never been to a trade show. So in her case, in Linda's case, my question was, so she would be trying to sell to retailers and not the general public. Robert, that's the purpose of her. You recommending she go to the trade show, right? For business to business sales.
Yep. Right. That's what she needs to be with her product. She has a product, and I'm sure it was a lot of work going into getting that product up and going. So now she needs to let the retailers do most of the groundwork. The retailers are the ones that's going to put it out there in the streets, in their stores, so that the general public can come and get it. She's not going to be able by herself to have that kind of reach. Mm-hmm. That this product can go all over the United States. She can only be in one place at one time. But if she wholesales that product to, let's say, 500 different retailers, and they're from all over the country, her product is automatically, quickly all over the country, just like that. Understood. And that's what a trade shows are not open to the general public. They're only open to retailers and buyers from big companies. Big companies, they register for the trade show, and on the application or on the online application, it'll ask you, are you a buyer? Are you the self-proprietor? It asks you all those questions, and when you answer that, that's how the vendors at the trade show know the difference between who is an attendee and who is a vendor, because the badges that you wear is going to let the vendors know that you are an attendee, and they know that this show is not for the public. So when they see your badge and it says attendee, then they automatically, I don't care who it is, if it's a Russell Simmons, a Sean Pepe Combs, depending on what type of trade show you are, when they look at your badge and they see attendee, they're gonna make themselves known to you. So that's what she would be doing. She would have her people, whoever's there with her people are to be looking at the badges and seeing if those people are attendees. For the most part, they're going to be attendees because in a lot of trade shows, it's against trade show policy for the vendors to be walking around like they are an attendee, because a lot of spying on other companies' products go on in these type of venues. So in order to stop that from happening, the vendors have to be in their own booth for the most part the whole time of the show.
And let me tell you, let me tell Scotty what I noticed. Remember we went out of town, and one of the people we were buying from said that Walgreens wants to buy product from her.
Right.
So imagine, if Linda had Walgreens wanting to buy product from her. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. Mm. So that's the whole concept of that. And I'm sorry.
I had another question.
Did you? Go ahead.
My other related question, and listeners out there, if y'all have any questions or comment, give Blacks in Business Radio a call and take advantage of their knowledge and expertise in their areas. But you can give us a call at 866-510-9025 and hit star to unmute yourself. We'll see you on the board and bring you in. My other question pertains to black business. Are there any black business trade shows where black vendors and black retailers are coming together to practice cooperative economics in that particular area? Or are there not enough black businesses on both sides of the aisle to even put on a trade show? That's my question.
There is. I just looked it up, and there's something called the Black Business Expo and Trade Show. I remember looking that up before. I don't know if it's consistent, but there has been. I'm not sure if it's as big as Vegas, but it has been. Robert and I actually talked about doing something like that here in St. Louis.
I was thinking that too, of you two. I was like, yeah, they need to start their own trade show, but that's a great idea to start it off, where you are locally, and who knows, right. It could grow. Mm-hmm.
And it's not hard to do. You just have to get the word out there and provide the space for the vendors. I mean, it's really not hard.
Yeah, there's a brother here already in St. Louis that actually does a hair expo, where he gets a lot of vendors together that's in the hair care business. Young brother too. He also has a booth at the flea market at the marketplace, that we're vending out of, and I mean, I'm very impressed with how he's been handling that. So, it's something that. Here's the thing. I mentioned him because I would love to do a collaboration with this guy, simply because he's already off and got it started already. Now, that would be pending if he could incorporate into what he's already doing the ideal of what we're talking about, and we make it one big gala affair. And it's not that far off from what he does. It just be with incorporating what we're talking about right now. Now, if that wasn't to happen, then yeah, I'll be ready to move on. With what we're talking about. And the reason I say that is because when you go on Facebook right now, okay,
we're going into a commercial break. Yeah, time for a break, but you could come back. We could talk. You listen to BIB Radio on Black Talk Radio Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Black Talk Radio since 2008, providing new black media for the masses.
Okay, we're back. Robert, you were talking about collaboration in a local trade show. Go ahead with your thought.
Yeah, now I was saying why that's more important to even put that collaboration idea on the table, because when you go to Facebook, now we started a group almost a year now in a couple of months. I know it's been about 14, 15 months, and that was BIB Blacks in Business. I actually started it, and then I met UCC, and then we took it to a whole nother level with your help, and we started BIB chapters in every city, and it just exploded from there. We got BIB Blacks in Business, the main page where anybody from any part of the world could post. Then we went a step further, because BIB Blacks in Business, the Blacks in Business just covered, it was enough to be said. Blacks in Business. We didn't. After that, then what? Okay, but now you look on Facebook, and I'm not saying they copycat or anything like that, but I'm saying now every day you look on Facebook, there's somebody else starting another group specifically dealing with black entrepreneurship, when we could just do a collaboration and just work together. And that's what drives me about us in business, about black people in business, is because there are so many chiefs and not enough Indians, and that drives me crazy. Everybody got to have their name out there, being the one that started this page. No, that's the reason why we're not making progress, because we're all broken down into these groups and not coming together as a united one.
But you know why? You know why that is, honestly? That comes back from back psychological problems again. I mean, that is the root of a lot of things, psychological problems. One, maybe you didn't have a voice as a child. So, you maybe want to have your voice in other places, which kind of extinguishes out everybody else's voice, or you just feel like you have to be on top. But, people should be able to recognize if that's them. We all have this type of feeling sometimes when we want to be on top. But just know that when you collaborate with people in the right and correct way, it's less stressful. It's less heavy lifting. Why what is it called? Why reinvent the wheel when you don't have to? Just aid and assist where the thing is already existing. Add your expertise to the thing and make it happen. Yes, you will have disagreements or whatever sometimes, but I believe if everybody has got the right heart to help our community, then everybody can offer whatever it is that they offer, and everybody has a different gift. I don't care. They all have a different gift. We can move forward in some of these things. So if that's you and you're trying to, always recreate something that's already there, take a step back and think about collaborating with somebody who is already doing it. I'm not saying you can't be the lead sometimes, but, some of these things we just really need to collaborate on. That's my piece.
The thing about when I looked at all these different groups, I got 22 years experience in business, not working for anybody over the last 22 years. So even when it came to this radio show, I said, no, I originally I didn't like black radio because they never really had solutions to the problems. They always highlighted the problem, but nobody came with solutions. And so in the backseat of that car, it was just a no-brainer. Give the people all your experience, share that with them because those experiences are so valuable. And going through the Black Power movement, we are gods, and I'm a reflection of you, and you're a reflection of me. Hearing all these cliches, but yet going home and can't pay your bills. You can't have a happy home because 95% of your problems, as we were taught in the Nation of Islam by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that 95% of your problems can be solved with money. The other 5%, you may have to have some type of intervention, but 95, when you really think about, most of your problems are economically based. So, and that's in your community and everywhere else. So for me, when I really realized just how far off we are as a group of people, I got turned off by black radio. I got turned off by anything, the religion, and I got turned off by it because I'm saying, man, nobody's really addressing. We putting some ointment on the wound, but we're not really giving the people a good start to even begin to turn their minds around. If we can make a church, all the people in the church or the mosque, if we can make all of those people money generators, then you wouldn't have a poor congregation or a poor group of Muslims in the mosque. If you can take every Muslim or every Christian or whoever and taught them how to own a house rather than rent, then the church would not need to have bake sales and fundraisers and this type of thing. But we don't have enough information, and then when that information comes along, egos get in the way, the whole 9 yards. So that's why with BIB, when it was born with the intent to really give the people, like we're doing right now, like we shared with that lady, give her correct information and let her make the choice. But she can, if she doesn't do it today, if she waits for a whole year or 2 years down the line, she could never say that nobody gave her the information that she needed. Because all she got to do is do what I suggested, is Google that trade show and then watch a video, and then she'll see for herself, yes, this is where I need to be.
Yep, and you know what else? Something that just popped into my head when you said that. that she could never say that nobody gave her the correct information. Well, I'm thinking about myself and how I learn and how I have learned in the past. I might be in third grade, and this is just an example. I might be in third grade, and they might be explaining a certain type of math to me, like I'm in third grade and I'm not ready for algebra yet, but they're shoving algebra down my throat. Now, they gave me algebra, and some of the concepts have stuck with me, but I totally don't understand it yet. In its totality, I don't get it. But then when I get to the fourth grade, they're shoving it down my throat again. I understand it a little bit more. So as time goes on, and as I grow and I mature, I start understanding that thing more and more. And then I know, okay, I got it. So sometimes it's like that with us, grown-up people too. It's like, okay, I was introduced to that idea. It was good information, but I'm just not ready to pull it all in yet. So we have to learn to be patient with people when we see that. Because sometimes we get mad at people like, I know, I told them, and they ain't doing it yet, and this and that, whatever. Well, you know what? You introduce that seed to them. Let it grow. You can keep watering it. That doesn't mean beat them over the head, but you can keep watering it, but it takes a time to mature.
It takes time. It's just like being pregnant. Egg got the last one. Sperm got its last joint to the egg. It's a time process, and you're absolutely right. All you can do when you drop that seed up there, as we just did, now she will always be a friend to the show, and whoever else have come on in the past. We're not in no hurry for you to hurry up and catch on, because as you just said, Sisi, you're 100% correct. It takes time, and people are not at the same level of growth and understanding at that particular moment. They don't have the experiences that lend them the understanding of new knowledges. But, so definitely we as those who have a little more information, either A, have to find a new way of delivering it, or B, deliver it and just be patient, as you said, and that's all you can do.
It is. It's just like when you're working with children. A lot of times we throw those concepts out the window when we're dealing with adults, but we have to remember everybody has a different modality. People learn differently. It doesn't mean that you're stupid. It doesn't mean that you're slow, but people just learn different things at different times, different levels, whatever, but we will always be here for you to get the information. Now, you just have to contact us at weareblacks with an S in business @gmail.com, and we will be happy to help you. But we are going to close out that segment of information because right now I believe we have Brother Mooney on the line, and he is going to talk to us about what it is that he has to offer to us as entrepreneurs. I don't fully know myself. Again, I told you guys before I was introduced to what he was doing by way of credit services. But we're going to get the full concept tonight of what it is that he's doing. So we would like to welcome Brother Daryl Mooney to the show.
Hey, how are you? How's the family?
Oh.
And, Sisi, how are you?
We are excellent. Brother Daryl Mooney, I would like to introduce you to my co-host, Brother Robert 11X, and we also have the CEO, Mr. Scotty Reed. He's back there in the background too.
Oh, wow. Oh, how you doing, brothers? How are you?
Excellent. And you, sir?
Oh, fantastic, man. I'm glad and honored to be on the phone, especially during this holiday season, and talking about prosperity and money and building community and being patient and like I said, hurry up and wait there, but get there quick.
Right.
So family, what I'm doing right now, along with my partner in good deeds, my twin brother Dwayne Mooney, we are the Mooney twins, and so you just know a little bit about us. We are comedians, entrepreneurs. Our father is Paul Mooney, the legendary comedian, actor, and writer, and we have been involved in doing comedy and entertainment, but our focus has always been community empowerment, and the last 15 years it has been about the prosperity of the community. So we have, over the years, bought many powerful economic vehicles, that everyday people can do. And through all the years that we've been working and speaking and empowering community and ourselves, we've been able to come across some very dynamic programs that not only help you get the money, but help you make money also. We have a flagship product that we're sharing with people now. Our organization, my brother and I's company, is called the Wealth Portal, and our flagship product in the Wealth Portal is something that we call Ad Packs. Ad Packs is under an EXP 180 banner, and Ad Packs is one aspect of it. The Ad Packs are something that you are basically putting yourself, your website, in the flow of people watching your website around the world, where people can support, purchase your product and or services. And what you do for how many times it'll circle where people are watching it, you purchase ad packs. Those ad packs that you purchase are $50 a piece, and you can purchase up to 10 a day. You cannot purchase over 10 a day. That's $500. Here's the beauty of it. You yourself are watching 10 ads a day. Somebody in the ad pack universe, because it's international, you're watching the ad packs. You're watching the ads because people are purchasing the ad packs around the country. Around the world, rather. It's a profit sharing piece. And so, but you have to do some work. 3 minutes of work. You watch ads so you can, if you like what you see, you can purchase. You don't have to purchase, but if you like what you see, you can purchase. And it's all kinds of ads, all kinds of things from high tech to online to offline ads. And you put that ad in, and if you don't have a website, you can put a friend, family, or loved one's ad in there. And what you do is you yourself watch 10 ads that takes 3 minutes. It literally, you watch it, a number, when the time runs out, a number comes up, you match the number, you go to the next ad. So it takes all of 3 minutes to do. You have a 24-hour period to do it. Now, you get paid up to 2% a day from the ad packs that you purchase. What does that mean? We're talking about $50 an ad pack. You can do up to 10. So each ad pack, if you buy $100 worth, $150 worth, $200 worth, $500 worth, you're still going to watch the same 10 ad packs, but you're going to get paid.
I'm sorry, Brother Daryl. Do you have some background screaming going on?
That's my CEO. Hold on.
I knew it was a bird or a CEO or something, but there's
that's my CEO. My CEO is telling me to get that money.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so sorry about that.
Okay.
What we do is you get 2% a day off how many ever ad packs that you have. The ad packs expire in 55 days, so you're going to get a return of that $50 plus 10%. So you're going to be making $60, right? So $10 profit, but you get the return of your ad pack. So but you're buying ad packs every day, and each of them are expiring in 55 days. So you're compounding. You're also compounding and compounding and compounding. Without going any further and confusing you even more,
okay.
I'm doing about $50 every 2 days profit. That's my money that I can use to spend, or I can repurchase ad packs, which I do because my intention is to get up to $100 a day before I start cash flowing the program. And that means, although I've taken money out a few times just to see the process, however, I want to get to where I'm making $100 a day. My brother is at $70 a day right now. He just made $70 a day today that he's making. So I want to get to $100 a day. At that time, he'll be up to $200 and something a day. The program can max out at $1,000 a day. So what? And it's real. It's real money. It's your money, and all you're doing is profit sharing around the world. And so what happens is you cash flow it. So that means while I'm cash flowing it, I'll take a couple of hundred, whatever. If I'm making $1,000 a day, I'll take what, $3,000 out a month, or a week or so, and repurchase ads and just keep it going and keep it going. And you bring people in. You don't have to, but if you choose to bring people in and turn them on to doing 3 minutes a day, they will literally, you get 10% of whatever they do. So that can raise your ad packs. That's one reason why my brother is doing $100 a day, because he's brought a lot of people to the table. They're making money. He's making money. We all make money. So it's a very, very, very powerful program, and it's just one aspect of the program. The other aspects of the program, you have a Forex auto trade system. You have a futures trading system where you wake up in the morning and trade. They give you the picks, the buys and sells, and you just trade with the program. They have a tax box where you're able to put in your the things that you buy every day into your phone, and then your taxes are done at the end of the year automatically. You have coupons, and people are very excited about the coupons because you're paying, in order to be a member, $14.95. But you have a coupon, that's a $25 coupon to over 144,000 restaurants around the country, so you can go eat. The young people in Kentucky, that's what they're doing it on. They're showing pictures on Instagram and the internet and Facebook of them in the restaurant eating, and that's their selling point to get them in the program, is through the coupons and over other coupons that you will save over like 90% of your activities, like going to the gas station, getting gas, getting discounts in all those places, all kind of coupons that you can use monthly. So that's a selling point that the young people are doing. But my focus is the ad packs, is the building money to start investing in the other programs that are offered in the EPX 180 format. So that's a very powerful piece that we're doing. And then we have also in the wealth portal, especially for people like you guys and entrepreneurs who are sitting there who need money. I'm with a black-owned company, because EPX is not a black-owned. It's a white gentleman that I've been knowing for 8 years. He's got 3 different network companies going on, nutrition-based, and he's powerful. In fact, in this company that I'm talking about, the EPX, we also have Dick Gregory's new weight loss system, and we have other tremendous nutritional products. But I front with the financial aspect. They have great products, and a lot of people really push that real heavy. But I'm just more into the financial aspect. People come in and they pick where they want their focus. The big news is for our community. We also have within the wealth portal a powerful system of financing people and getting people personal and business credit worthy, and we've been able to literally, and this is pretty incredible, in the last 2 years put over $3 million financing in 98% black businesses across the country. Now, this is a black-owned company. Over $3 million funding in 98% black businesses across the country. We use an electronic credit building campaign, not a letter campaign where the letters are done and it's sent to you, then you send it to the credit people, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. You send it out and you sign it, you send it to them, they send you back the response, and you send it back to the credit system. That's a letter campaign. What a letter campaign can do in a year, we do in literally a quarter of the time. We've got people 600 scores go up to a 700 score. We've got people we finance people getting, and our system is set up for a minimum of 5 rounds of funding. And so, 20,000, 50,000, 80,000, 150,000. And our goal is to have people with $500K to $2 million in their account. Can you imagine 1,000 of us with $500K to $2 million in their account? Well, we teach them how to become their own bank by way of the banks. So therefore, our foundation is being a coaching, training, and education, because in order for you to get multiple rounds of funding, you literally have to be coached and trained so you know how to manage your money. So the whole idea, and within that system also, not only do we have the personal and business credit worthiness, but we also have real estate investing, we have stock market investing, so we have things that people can do with their money, and then we have a whole support team and staff that can help you with your business. We have businesses that we've opened up in Atlanta that are successful right now. We have it all on video. We have people getting money around the country. So I know I've said a lot, but if there's any questions that Sisi or anybody has, please feel free to ask, because this is a powerful economic time for us, and we surely can take advantage of everything that's going on if we make it so.
Okay, so I do have a question now. I know when I was first introduced to whatever you were doing with the round table, you had all these people and they were talking.
Yes.
This is the same company, right?
That's MVET. Yes, that's the personal and business credit worthiness. Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. I'm like, okay. So, yes, you all were able to take people from a very low score and get their scores together, right?
Yes, absolutely. An electronic campaign. Now, before CC, when at that time, we were using a letter campaign. Okay, and that, like for instance, I'll give you an example. From that letter campaign we were using, which is a very powerful campaign, my credit score went up 100 points. Okay, in a year's time. But check this out, Cece. I still had over $80,000 of inquiries that they could not get off. The electronic campaign that we attracted, because we were doing numbers, so we had the leadership, because I'm a senior advisory member, and I'm one of the leaders. What happened was our owner used we were the guinea pigs before we brought it to the table. And in 2 months, all that stuff was wiped out. Unbelievable, the electronic campaign. These guys deal with nothing but black card holders, athletes, millionaires. They use an electronic system. If you were to walk into their office right now, they would charge you minimum of $5 a month, $500 a month, just for the credit building. Just for the credit building. Not credit funding, lines of funding, not real estate, because we have real estate funding, not the business lines of credit, not training and coaching, none of that, just to build your credit 500. That's how elite they are. Okay? Then if you do them for 3 months, they charge you like $2,500. But they are very elite, and they get the job done. And I've got people in 3 weeks, their credit went up 150 points. Now, I'm not promising that to anybody, because I'm just saying testimonials. I've got great testimonials, but everybody's credit profile is different. Legally, we say 6 months, 12 months to 18 months that we review your credit worth on the market. We review your real estate worth on the market. However, you monitor your credit score, and when you run, and that's part of the payment, because it's $91.95 a month, which is dirt cheap to what we're giving away. So you monitor it, and if your score hits a 700, and why we do 700 credit scores, because we can get financing below a 700, but you're going to be paying interest. We want non-interest loans. That's what we do. So we got to have the credit, so you're only paying back what you're using.
Okay, well, Daryl, let's take a commercial break really quick, and then we'll come back and you can explain some more. You're listening to BIB Radio on Black Talk Radio Network. We'll be back after these messages. The Black Talk Media Project funds the use of new media technology in efforts to restore independent Black voices to the myriad of issues affecting Afro-descendant people all over the planet. If media can control the minds of the masses, as Malcolm X once said, then you must ask yourself, who is in control of the media targeting the masses of Black people today? Help bring back independence, self-determination, and respect for Black culture in the production of global media by joining the effort to crowdfund new Black media for the new millennium. Visit blacktalkmediaproject.org for more information on how you can invest in public Black radio for the masses. All right, everyone, we're back and we're rounding up the last half hour. We are on the line with Brother Daryl Mooney, and he's talked to us about the many opportunities with MVET. So finish your thought, Brother Mooney.
Yeah, and what I was saying, that electronic credit system is an elite system that raises credit scores like crazy. And there's nothing that we cannot do. I'm talking about bankruptcies. I'm talking about student loans. I'm talking about crazy stuff that you would imagine, you know, because people be scared. Well, how can I get this off? No, anything can be taken off. It's just a matter of time.
Well, that sounds very interesting. So if somebody wants to get up with this program, because people are still concerned with their credit. You know, some people don't care anymore, but some people are still concerned with their credit.
That's your adult report card. And people have to realize your credit score, you get a lot of millionaire privileges just by having a good credit score. Just for instance, if you bought a house or even if you rented a house, you can have a 700 credit score, and because of that 700 credit score, you don't have to do the first and last. Let's say when you do a gas payment, you don't have to do a down payment because a lot of little simple things like that. When you go and purchase a car, they take you on the real lot inside where you can drive the car. It's like a lot of privileges come with that, but our main thing is the financing, so you can be able to finance your business, finance your investments, your lifestyles, and we teach you about how to create multiple corporations in the advance where all of them are getting funded. But we start off with one entity.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah, it's exciting.
So now what we need for you to do is provide the link so we could post it in BIB, or actually you could post it in BIB Radio if you ask to join. You could post those opportunities in BIB Radio so that everybody can get a closer look and join your webinars or your phone conferences.
Awesome. Here's my links. Here's number one. www.mooney, MOONEY, business and bank, Mooney Business and Bank.com. BUSINESSANDBANK.com. MooneyBusinessAndBank.com. On there, you will see information. You will see a video. Watch that video. That's the owner, brother. Bad brother. One of the baddest brothers I've come across. And if you're interested and you like what you see, put in your information, put in your phone number, and I will call you back. The number 2 website, www.EPX180, the numbers, 180, Mooney, 22, www.epx180.com/Mooney22.
Let me clarify, Daryl. You're saying P as in Paul or T as in Taco?
P as in Paul.
Okay.
EPX. And finally, for anyone who's listening out there, you can contact me through my email, mooneystar@hotmail.com, mooneystar, STAR, @hotmail.com. And, of course, you can always hit me up on Facebook. I'm Sisi's friend, Daryl Mooney, Daryl, Mooney, Mooney. And if you need to find me, you can find me through Sisi. She knows exactly how to get in touch with me.
Absolutely. Well, I am so excited that you came on and shared this information with our guest. Robert or Scotty, if you have any questions, the time is now.
No, I thank you for sharing that information for sure. I'm gonna check your website out and see what's going on with that and see how I can benefit from some of those services you got, bro.
Oh, absolutely, man. Look, hey, brother, you know, it's time, my man. We're not like Sisi. Sisi is always putting up positive things that we are able to think about and that we are able to do. She is one of those special action-oriented people, and I know because she's befriended and you guys are partners with her, that so you guys are too, that you guys are looking at the glass half full rather than half empty and saying we can create our own economic reality. It is possible with right knowledge and right execution. We literally can make it happen today. And that's what I'm on, and I'm looking for people who are on that same mentality.
Yes, well, we're looking to build blocks and blocks and blocks of just revitalization of community.
Well,
so,
BC, this is what we can do. That's what remember when I said if you had 500,000 to 2 million, and we had 100 of us, 1,000 of us for that, we can buy blocks. We can buy communities. We can buy land. And I'm not talking about just here. I'm talking about in Africa, too, in the Caribbean, wherever we want, because together, if we got 1,000 of us with, if we got 50 of us with $500,000, we're worth $1 billion now.
That's what I'm talking about.
And so when we go and when we say, hey, we want to buy that strip mall right there, and they say put a down payment, look at the backup. We're $1 billion strong. So that's the kind of power we have. I'll give you an example. Right now, about 8 months ago, have you guys heard the story of the Asians who bought the copper mine in Africa?
No.
Some Asians came together, bought a copper mine, put a down payment. The copper mine, $25 million. Put a down payment down, right? In 6 months, the copper mine paid the $25 million. They paid it off in 6 months. 6 months later, they all became millionaires.
Wow. We need that type of insider information.
That's the kind of stuff we can do collectively. See, I can be by myself, I'm $1 million, but with Sisi and you two brothers, all of a sudden we got 4 million.
Right.
Okay, that's the power of unity. When people say unity, yeah, but what are we unifying about?
Right. About complaining about the problem.
Yeah, we can unify when we go to a concert. We can unify when we do this. When we're at a basketball game, at a sports event, at an entertainment, you see thousands and thousands of black folks in the audience. But can we unify our dollars to make more dollars, to rebuild our community, to prosper our community? That's the time we got to do. It's not about the one leader. It's about everybody leading. Everybody leading, everybody building, not just one person, but all of us. And all of us fit and armed with the right information. Not just one person who's got all the knowledge. All of us have the knowledge. Each one teach one, each one reach one. That's what the game is about.
Like Warren Ballantyne says, you push me and I'll pull you.
Exactly. Exactly. And then you can push somebody else and pull, just keep it turning over. Just keep it turning over. So our children, and then we prepare the children like what we know now, Sisi. Just think we was 18 years old.
Oh, man, yes.
Graduate from high school. My credit score, I know how to pop it to a 700. I graduate from high school, I'm buying property. I'm buying investment property and turning it over. I'm already ready.
That's an excellent thought. But it's not too late. It's not too late, people.
We're doing it right now. We don't never stop. We still having babies, ain't we? I sure am.
Well, that's right. You sure did. I forgot about that. You sure did. Bless your heart, I tell you. Woo, goodness, the energy. But yeah, so go ahead.
I'm sitting here thinking about something you just said, Mr. Mooney, and it provoked thought in my mind. You know, I remember when I was into illegal drug activity as a youngster. There would be times that someone that I never knew, 3 or 4 of us never knew each other. All we had was a middleman that said, "Hey, this guy over here got $5,000, and you got 5, and you got 5. Put it together and go get that package." And literally, we would do that. I remember this. Now, we would actually literally go with a perfect stranger and get the package, break it down, and then go about our ways. I asked a brother once before, see, when the streets are more realer than a lot of times the people that have not been in the streets. So I usually deal with a lot of streetwise, educated people. Okay? Now, I talked to a brother that didn't have a problem with putting poison in my hand, and I said, "Hey, man, now that I done showed you the house game and you got some cash from that other stuff you used to do, instead of putting the poison in my hand, give me one of those houses so I can flip, and then I give you that $5,000 that you paid for the house. Instead of doing the drug like that, do the house like that."
Yes.
And that brother told me, "I can't do that one."
See, that's the level we got to take it on. You are absolutely right. We've got to get into the game, and you can't play the serious game till you have a 700 credit score. It's like the key. It's like you got the key to the safe in the bank. It ain't about your color, my man, queen, kings. It's not about your color. It's about your credit score. We've got access to 100 banks across the country. Okay, our underwriters have a 12-year relationship with these banks. If they say and they tell you, if you have a 700 credit score, we send you to our underwriter. They tell you. Now, and these is white folks that work for us, okay? Because it's like Hannibal. I don't know if you all know the real story of Hannibal. Hannibal was a rich man. They tell us about the elephants. But they don't tell you how when he was kicking them Romans, but how he was hiring white folks from other countries that was more evil than the Romans to get them. Okay? You hear what I'm saying? So he hired Africans, the best archers, the best bow and arrow folks, the best spear throwers, the best horsemen, and then he would hire different races to fight the Romans because he was a wealthy man. I didn't know Hannibal was wealthy. But I'm reading the book. I'm like, wow. So we have to be strategic in what we're doing out here and making sure we win because there are resources that they have that we have no access to. But guess what?
Well, they want the fear of dealing with one another. And that's where I was going with the story, though. See, we too, a lot of us are so afraid to lose a little money where we think we're going to lose a little money in dealing with each other when it's just some paper that really ain't worth a whole lot that we think it is anyway.
Exactly.
And see, that's the point I was going where I was headed with the story, though. So I don't have a problem with checking out nothing that you're doing because I want to see how it could benefit. I personally don't deal with credit score, none of that. They always say cash is king and cash flow is better. But
I'm gonna give you the newer allergy on that, but keep on going because cash is king, but great credit is queen. And all the immigrants that come over here, they know that. That's how they're able to take over our communities. They get them financing, they see what's cash flowing, they get that financing, they get that building. But guess what? We're not even kicking them out the community. We say, come in the community, but you're going to rent from the buildings that we own. How about that?
That's power.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You want to own a community.
Oh, yeah, own your community because then it's your community. Hey, the Koreans have the highest economic economy of all the cultures, but guess what? They have the lowest voter turnout. Okay.
Say that again. They
have the highest economy of all communities, but they have the lowest voter turnout. And
we don't see them up there hollering about Trump or Hillary Clinton, right?
They don't care. Who cares about that? Who cares about that? Just get that money. You see, he's putting all them billionaires in there. So we're saying, let us create some billionaires. You know, it's only 6 black billionaires in America, but there's 35,000 black millionaires. In 1950s, there was only 4 black millionaires. But right now, because of the time, it should be millions of black millionaires. We should have at least 50 black billionaires. But we have to realize, how do they make the billionaires in this country? And they do it through real estate. They do it through the stock market. They do it through entrepreneurship. They do it through technology. This is the game where the game is at. They do it through, and they get it all, most of it financed from the banks. Multiple corporations. When they said Donald Trump went bankrupt years ago, when Rosie O'Donnell said he went bankrupt, no, just one of his corporations went bankrupt. He's got multiple corporations. The reason why he doesn't have to pay taxes, because when you're smart, your personal name has only 75 write-offs, but when you do a corporation, which only costs $125 for a C Corp, S Corp in California, you are literally have over 300 write-offs. Okay, this is the game. See, we got to know the game. Don't be mad at the player. Don't be mad at the game. Play the game. Master the game.
That's right. That's right.
It's a game. It's a game that they set up. Don't run from it, run to it, and master it.
Right.
Yep.
There you go.
We all got to live in homes. Turn them over. Investment homes, duplexes, triplexes, apartment buildings. Turn them over. The stock market, all the stock market is this businesses of America. It's $16 trillion that rotate this planet every single day. And it's like all we got to do is reach our hand up there and grab that money. There's also poverty that rotates this planet, but you have a choice which vibration you want to choose.
Right.
Yep. So
the highest one. The highest vibration. That's what we want to choose.
Nobody is stopping us but us. We're talking about we're kings, queens, gods, and goddesses, and somebody going to stop us? Are you kidding?
Right.
That's right.
Well, we got to get it going. So let's let them know one more time, Daryl, how they can get a hold of you. Go ahead.
www.mooneybusinessandbank.com, and the other site, www.etx.com. I'm sorry, ETX180, the number 180.com /Mooney22, Mooney22. Hit me up on Facebook, Daryl Mooney. Hit me up on my email, mooneystar@hotmail.com. Change our minds and move our behinds.
I heard that. Well, we definitely thank you for coming on and sharing that information with us. Be in contact with us on our Facebook page, which is called BIB, all capital letters, radio. Share information as much as you like. Since you've been on the show, you are a friend of the show. We look forward to talking to you again and interacting and doing business with you.
Yeah, next time, let's have some testimonials from some people sitting right there with you.
That's right. As this is podcasted around, we hope to get all the business flowing your way, okay?
Absolutely. Okay, peace and love now.
All right, peace and love right back at you.
Okay,
Good
brother.
night.
Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody, that was Daryl Mooney, one half of the Mooney twins, Dwayne and Daryl Mooney. Their dad is Paul Mooney, the comedian. So apparently they have been in entrepreneurship for a while. They work together, they work singly, but if you have some questions about your credit, I would suggest you call them. I know they're the only ones on my mind when I think of looking into my credit, because Daryl made an impression on me 2 years ago when I was interested in getting my credit looked at. There was another gentleman at first, but then, when you're dealing with your credit, you get real skeptical about who you let in your life, because that's like somebody ripping the 10th layer of skin off your body and you're exposed. So, you just want to definitely be dealing with somebody that you can trust, that is going to kind of handle you with kid hands, but at the same time, be like, look, this is serious. Let's get this together. So if your credit is something that you're concerned with, I would say go and contact Daryl so that he can help you get that score together. So we are coming to the end of the show soon here. Robert, what are you thinking at this point? It's 51 after.
I say to all the listening audience, put every iron in the fire that you can muster up to be successful. I mean, good credit, know how to use good credit, know how to go the alternative route. I mean, everywhere, everything that you can benefit from knowledge-wise, put that iron in the fire, because you never know when you're going to need that iron to come out the fire. And I'm definitely going to check out that credit program that the brother has for sure, because that would be another iron in the fire for me, you see. Mm-hmm. And Sisi, I heard a comedian say she was never worried about nobody taking her identity, because if they saw her credit score, they'd be...
I heard that. I heard that.
So it's just different situations for different people and different ways of thinking for different people. But if you have that as an iron in the fire, that's one more iron in the fire than what I would have. And so That's why I say, let me investigate that just to see if I can build that up. But, I don't even think I would use it for a whole lot of anything, just to have that iron in the fire, and if I need that, then you go and use that.
Right. Absolutely. Yep. And we have to make sure we don't walk in fear, because a lot of times we walk in fear and we don't get these things done. But, as you decide that, hey, I'm grown, you got to walk past that fear and go ahead and get the help that you need. And that's why we have these guests on the show, so that you can listen to the program at your leisure, call the people at your leisure, and get wonderful advice from experienced business people that want to help you exercise all of your entrepreneurial muscle. And if you're not exercising all your muscle, then part of your body is not healthy, right? So same thing with entrepreneurship. If you're not exercising your whole entrepreneurship muscle, then part of your entrepreneurship is weak, and you don't want to be weak. So I would say just take the time to write down the information, listen to the programs as many times as you need to. Go ahead and call these experts so you can go where you need to go with your business. Don't be afraid. Don't walk in fear. Walk in faith. And if you need to reach out to us, of course, go ahead and do that by emailing us at weareblacks@gmail.com. We are blacksinbusiness@gmail.com. If you have any questions, concerns, show ideas, we'd be happy to hear them. Just go ahead and reach out to us. Don't be afraid. You can't do this thing being afraid. You got to go ahead and just go ahead and do it. People like to have these New Year's resolutions. How about everyday resolutions? Like, what can you change on a daily basis? Go ahead and make those phone calls. Go ahead and reach out to people that can possibly help you. You won't know unless you ask. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. So go ahead and get fed. I really don't have anything else to say. What about you? So the music's playing, so. You've been listening to BIB Radio. Join us next week and every week at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursday. Again, BIB Radio on Black Talk Radio Network. Good night, everyone. Have a blessed one.
Good night.
Bye-bye.